Imagine you live next to an Air Force base. You're going about your daily business. And then you hear air raid sirens. Something you don't normally hear. Naturally, you assume that it's something bad, terrorists are attacking, or so on. But then nothing happens. So then you assume, okay, it's just a warning.
And suppose you found a strange file on a computer.
That file contains information about tests that the Air Force Base was working on.
Classified information.
Something you
on a readily available network.
Very readily available network. And then the attack happens. Hello, I'm Mark.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is the Dad Pod. So, tonight's intro was a little bit different. It kind of is something that we've been working on.
It's, kind of helped put you in frame of mind for this particular pod. We've been working on a story. I know we've mentioned it, 2-3 times maybe?
Yeah.
Here and there in the pod. We never really got too much into detail on that. I mean, I know we mentioned how The Walking Dead almost pretty much ripped us off, even though we know nobody at AMC, but still. Stole our ideas, man. Stole our ideas.
I mean, to be honest, so the story is called Terminus. We'd actually changed it from Terminus to Terminus Exitus Vitas.
I think we're going to need to change the name.
We would probably really
because last search I looked, there's about 8, 12, 34 books with the name Terminus.
Yeah, I know. Because, I mean, it's
Latin, of course.
Yeah. Everybody's going to use it because I'm fancy.
So we got to figure out a new name for it, which, joy and happiness, that's going to be 8 pounds of fun.
But, anyway, we've been working on it since we were
freshmen in high school. Yeah. Well, I was working on it as a freshman.
Yeah.
Right at the end of freshman year. And then the start of sophomore year, I pretty much wrapped up what I was writing.
It was nice. It was a short story at that point in time. The premise of it was basically that Kevin, he actually had gone through a series of events that started from the high school, spawned off of that into him ending up in Serbia, right? Just like a remote village where you didn't know what the heck was going on.
Ended up in a power plant.
And you were basically recalling the events in the last bit of this the chapter. It was like the whole short story.
It was a recap on a piece of paper, essentially.
Yeah, the recap was your short story, and you ended it with, I don't know what's going to happen. I can hear them starting to come in. And then it just ended.
I thought it was a great ending, honestly.
It was a fantastic ending. Everybody who read it loved it.
They did. They really did.
Everybody loved it. And then I read it. And I told you, it cannot end like that. And that slingshotted our friendship, too.
It really did. It really improved what little friendship we had at the point.
Yeah, because
into something I never expected to have.
We were acquaintances at that point, and then every single day was spent on that.
It was. As a matter of fact,
we were writing a lot more of it in our junior year.
Junior year, we really buckled down with it.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, we were kind of back and forth when we felt like it, not really focusing on it so much. But then junior year rolled around, and we're like, This really does have potential. Everyone we knew was telling us, don't stop. Every time they've read a revised version, they were like, I love it even more now.
Oh yeah.
Keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up.
And it's not necessarily that we've gotten old. We've gotten kids. It's hard to find time to do anything. Like I think I've said in previous pods that we start recording these around midnight. It can get very late, and that's because that's the only time we have to do anything. And I really want to try and get this pod to keep going. But one of the things about the story that really inspired me to continue going was not just the fact that it was very well written between the two of us and everything.
Okay, when you say well written, yes, the story was
Internet do.
yes, the story was good, but you cannot write for shit.
Oh
dude.
my gosh,
you cannot write at
My
all.
handwriting.
You are lucky I'm a god at deciphering what little chicken scratch you penned out.
But he would even ask me what's this say? And I'd be like, I don't know. But at the same time, I had everything in my head, and I was trying to get it down on paper as quickly as I could before I lost it.
Oh, I know that feeling.
That bit that I think I wrote 20 pages, and you're like, what the heck? And I was like, I had the entire day because I was in school suspension.
I remember that.
It was 2 days of in-school suspension because I got in a fight with, at the time, one of my best friends. And oh my gosh, I was just sitting there and writing and writing and writing and writing. I think it was in school suspension with Nina.
I wouldn't doubt that. She was there a lot.
She was there a lot.
I wonder if she listens to these.
I don't think many people that we know listen to this yet, but we're going to make them, dang it.
We'll find a way.
But
I know she was real big on the story, especially once we included her sister. That was probably her favorite part.
Right. And what was great was we did include a lot of people that we knew.
As a matter of fact, every character in the story, up to present, I believe, is somebody we know.
Not everybody, because there was a pilot
Did we
named John.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And we don't know any pilots.
We did add.
There's a few people here and there, I think, that we don't actually
But the majority of them are
and
everyone we know.
Just to make sure that, we don't, divulge any kind of personal information about these people and get in trouble by them, we don't use last names. We literally just went by a first name basis. So, yeah, we would struggle a little bit with shuffling people around because we wanted to include people that we knew, but there's a few people who have the same names.
That made it a little difficult. I remember that. I remember we struck a whole series out of it so far.
Yeah, I mean,
because we were supposed to bounce between two groups, and we've not bounced to the second group in the newest edition at all.
We've revised it and fleshed it out, I want to say 4 times.
7.
7?
7.
Jeez, 7?
The last one was all on me, of course, because I was keeper of the story, and I had actually just, found it again, and I was like, you know what? This can be fixed, this can be fixed, this can be fixed, and it ended up, where are we? I think we're at 32 pages, maybe. I don't remember. Somewhere around there. It's about 4 chapters.
No, it's...
and then I hit a block again.
You say 32 pages?
I can't remember. It might actually be even more than that. It's been a while since I looked.
But it's also a very small font at the moment, so if we were to get that
Actually, it's not a small font.
No, I mean, it's 14. 14, it's 14 and... so 14 at 32 pages would probably equal out to about 60-something pages on a paperback book.
Probably, yeah.
And that's just the revision. Like,
That's right.
and that's only you said a couple of chapters.
Yeah, it's actually only up to. Geez, I had decided to change it right after we got on the plane to go elsewhere,
Okay.
and that's in the version I gave you. I don't know if you know where it's at just
I have
yet.
no idea where it's at.
You gotta find it. We gotta work on it again.
Yeah.
I'm actually ready to start working on it again.
Yeah.
It's actually starting to gnaw at me.
Maybe-
Just like
Maybe
get to work.
Maybe we make a weekend out of it. You'll come over Friday, and we work on it Friday night until we can't fucking work on it anymore.
And then do the pod the next day.
And
Yeah. I would have no problem with that, to be honest with you. It's actually probably a great way to do it.
Okay. We can start doing that.
Yeah.
Now, why I had asked how many chapters you have revised is because we had written out almost incomplete, close to like 12 chapters, right?
Okay, the truth is, we have 9 that we know where they're at of the original.
9, 10,
10
11,
to-
and 12.
10 to 12 disappeared. Just gone.
And we had the reason that they disappeared is because every like 3 chapters we had in separate folders, and
Because, school folders, they're not meant to put that many papers in. So I was like, probably be easier to break it up in
small
sections. And then I had folders just out the wazoo then. So I was just like, we'll throw it in here, and here, and here, and here. And we had them all labeled and
That
everything.
last folder
Disappeared.
just gone.
I don't know where, how, or why.
I haven't.
I'm kind of glad, though, because that was not our best work at that point.
No, it wasn't.
What we have now is like far superior, and we're not even near where we were then. It felt super rushed, those last 3 chapters. So honestly, I'm not.
I think it was because we were really wanting to try and get it out there.
We wanted to get something out there, yeah. And now we're like, let's actually make this good.
But it's a. We mentioned The Walking Dead. It's a zombie-esque story, and one of the things that we wanted to try and
Avoid.
avoid was the whole idea that, and this happens in like every zombie movie.
Literally every zombie movie. It's so annoying. It's such an overused trope.
The people
Fight the people.
It's the whole idea that the real monster are people. No.
That's just literal bullshit. Sorry, gotta say it.
I 100% feel that if there was an actual story where it was zombies stay the main focus, it would make more sense, because if that were to happen in real life, people would want to help other people. Yeah, we get paranoid, but
There would be some people that wouldn't. I understand that. But they wouldn't go out of their way to destroy the other people.
exactly.
They wouldn't go out of their way to subjugate the other people. They wouldn't go out of their way to steal all their resources for no reason. They would just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Go in another area.
Or like with me and you, we would, if we were to have to relocate and we come across somebody who had a camp set up or like a town set up of some sort where it was safe and blocked off from some of the things, we would be able to offer up something that we're good at.
Yeah.
Like I'm ridiculously strong, unfortunately.
I'm rather strong myself. It's just
And you have a lot of like navigational skills, and so do I. We're able to do a lot with construction work. We're able to do a lot with ropes and a lot of stuff like that. So we really.
my only problem is I wouldn't be able to stand people for that long.
You'd want to continue.
I'd want to move on eventually.
Yeah.
You, I'm sure you'd be all right staying. But I know
It-
after a time, I'd be like, I gotta move on. And maybe eventually find another group to help out. And then move on from them eventually. And I have trouble with people. I do.
but that's okay. That's why I like you. Because I get you all to myself.
Well, it's pretty much true.
So, in the last revision, I remember there being something along the lines of, what was it? I think I ended up going into my part of the story a little bit more because there was a lot of Kevin's part. How we did it is he said something about there being two groups. There was basically Kevin's group and there was my group. In the story, I had prior knowledge to the breakout.
Not exactly prior knowledge. You just had a forewarning from your father.
Yeah, who in the story was working closely with a lot of government agents and everything like that. In reality, he just worked on the base. And in the last revision, when it had bounced to my portion of the story, I really fleshed out what I had because the bit before what I had written down before was nowhere near where I was at. It was basically I was just going from
Point A to point B.
Yeah, but
It was almost like a speed run for a story.
I know. So what I ended up doing in this instance was like I had gotten people out of danger, collecting a few friends along the way, and then once I got to a place where I felt safe, and in the story it was a very safe place, then I had gone back to see if I could find more people, such as my father and everything like that, and then on the way back through, lost a lot of people to certain instances that really kind of wrench your gut, and you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I like where are we at in the current story. You remember we got him going to the playground, my group, and we run across Dad during an expedition of some sort, I believe. Food run, possibly.
No, you'd gone to find me,
But you weren't there. You were gone already.
but Dad was there.
Yeah, Dad was there. And
We thought,
we threw a nice little surprise on that one, too.
yeah.
I wasn't expecting where we took that, honestly. It just kind of happened. I think it actually worked well, but it's another one of those, all right, this is going great. And then suddenly it's just like, what just happened?
Like a complete emotional breakdown because there was no way that could have happened, but it happened. That kind of thing. Those are great in stories too.
I agree. I think they help build the story, make it what it is.
As long as they don't happen like every other chapter.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I like Game of Thrones, but yeah, they're not really curveballs when it's kind of the essence of the story.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
I think the story's more kill everybody. Survivors are lucky. That's how I view Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
If you're not dying, you're lucky.
I never got into it, but I've seen a few pictures where it was, every death was bookmarked.
Yeah.
And it was like the whole fucking book.
It's not that prevalent, but I could see why somebody would do something like that.
But when you look at it that way, you basically flip the book up like this, and it's like,
Yeah.
It's like that's a lot of people, man. It's like, hey, this is a great fleshed out character. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, gotcha. Well, who's the next guy I want to try and like?
Yeah, that was my big problem with Game of Thrones, liking a character.
It's like,
Instantly, as soon as I'm like, I like this one, they're making it. Nope.
and that's probably what George or Martin had an idea of doing. I don't know how well related Lord of the Rings was to as far as the movie to the books go.
It was actually pretty accurate.
Okay, so
Yes, I'm the nerd that reads the books and watches the movies.
no, it's okay. I started reading The Hobbit because I wanted to read The Hobbit before I watched it.
Didn't get through The Hobbit before you watched it, did you?
I haven't watched The Hobbit yet, so
Oh, I guess you made it.
I have The Hobbit. I have all three of the trilogy, which is stupid. Just throwing that out there.
Do you?
Yeah, but the book, I actually don't know what I did with that.
I think I have a second copy. If I can find it, I'll
I
give
might
it.
have to borrow. I think I got like 2 or 3 chapters in, and then. Well,
It's actually a good
life.
story.
Oh yeah, it was
enjoy
really good. I was really hooked, but I just don't read anymore, man. It's so hard for me to find time
Anymore,
to
I use audiobooks to help me read, like when I'm walking
Yeah, because
to and from here to my house.
it was when you were going to work too.
Well, yeah, when I was walking to work, I'd listen, and back when I worked at KFC, never doing that again. I would listen to audiobooks while I was sitting there cooking in the kitchen, just not paying attention to everyone else because screw it.
I would, when I was younger, I was reading a lot. One of the series that I
Well, see, you say a lot,
no, I mean,
but when you look at it from my perspective,
yeah, you read a lot more than I did, but for a kid in my age group to read as much as I was reading was a lot.
given that our generation considers printed text to be a waste of time, yeah, probably.
I was actually going to the library like every other week to get a new book.
And I
a few
was
new
just
books.
sitting there tearing through Stephen King left and right. But, that's me.
I mean, I remember I was reading, obviously, like all the other freaking kids, I was reading Harry Potter. I read the last book in less than a full day. Like, my dad went out and got it. I read it that night.
You did just like I did.
My
You'd
dad-
wait for him to come out and just sit there and tear through them.
What was crazy, though, was that was the first one that I got when it was released.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my dad didn't even know it was release day.
Oh.
I was like, man, I really want to get that last book. He didn't even know that I wanted to get the last book. He went out and he got it. But at the time, you remember that little bookstore that was downtown?
When it was half price books?
That wasn't half price books.
No, that was shoot. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I remember.
It was like the newsstand or something like that.
That's it, the newsstand.
And God, I love that
Which
place.
is kind of a weird name for a bookstore, but
Well, it was because they specialized in news at one point. They just kept the name. They're gone now, unfortunately. But my dad went down there, and unlike most other places, line out the door to get the last book.
well, see, I had a grandmother that loved to read the books too, so she pre-ordered them for me. Didn't have to wait in a line out the door.
My dad didn't have to wait either.
He'd just walk up to the counter and be like, book pickup.
But he had gone in, and like there was nobody in there. I mean, we're kind of a small town. We've talked about it before.
Fairborn's, it's small in a sense, but
It's big in
the
presence because of the
population and presence are actually a lot larger than you would think they'd be.
but it's like primarily rural areas. Rural, not urban area. Rural.
Well, I don't know. Fairborn's pretty urban.
Oh yeah, but
Well, suburban.
the largest building that we have is 3 stories, and that's not even full 3 stories. Like they have sub basement type area.
Technically, that's incorrect because the Armstrong building.
Well, Armstrong building is more.
I saw them up there changing the towers too. You know,
But-
little towers on the outside.
But they're not a
I know.
they're not a building. It's an old grain silo. Man, we got off track.
Yeah, we did. Back to the pod.
So back, gosh, it's crazy because I can't remember a whole lot of the original story from back when we were doing it.
You mean in high school?
Yeah, I mean that.
I can
that is
remember
10 years ago.
That's true. I can remember the basic premise we had. I can remember my group situation. I vaguely remember your group situation. Only because we pretty much, haven't really done it in the new stuff. So I'd have to go back and reread what we originally did in order to
I just
fully
remember
grasp that.
that your group had gotten a hold of an Air Force pilot who was stuck on the base because of the Horde getting him out.
Well, not only that, at one point we were playing with idea of having not just zombies but creatures.
Yeah, and I
think we got rid of the creatures.
we did because they felt too cartoonish.
It was too candy.
We did get. We had the zombie dogs. We've kept those in there.
Did we?
Yeah,
On the base?
I think so. But past that, there was. I think we do have like one super zombie or something like that because it was how the premise was the Air Force base that was next to our town was the one that was holding all of the testing, and they were doing testing and trying to design super soldiers and stuff like that.
Which I thought was very interesting start off.
Oh yeah,
Because, you hear about, super soldiers this and super soldiers that, but nobody's ever really, elaborated on that. And at the same time, I don't think anyone's thought to go from super soldier to zombie.
most of the time it's like super soldier has gone rogue.
Right.
So that was what we ended up doing. And then the Air Force pilot was also part of the testing, but he was like in line for it or something like that. If
I think he was overseeing just because he was retired.
that sounds right.
And he was
seriously
he was
it's
there
so long.
for reflex testing or something along those lines.
But then past that, and this is where basically your part of the original story was going towards its end. You guys ended up
On a plane,
going towards Serbia.
crash land. It was Siberia.
Why do I keep on saying Serbia?
Yeah, it's in that region. Crash landed in Siberia, not far from a power plant.
Finding your way into the power plant, finding a way to kind of barricade yourself in, but not well enough to really save yourself.
Right.
And then that's where I was like, it can't end like that. It can't end like that.
Oh, but I do so love how I did end it that
Oh
way.
my gosh, that was great.
But that was back when it was all first person.
I think. Oh, that is scary. There's a skunk sitting outside my freaking
Door.
door. Oh, please just go away.
I hope it goes away.
Oh my god, just please go away.
Is it still there?
I think it walked off.
Oh, good.
That's scarier than any fucking zombie. Jesus. I don't want to scare him. I'm trying. I don't see him. Do you see him?
Yes, he's over by the grill.
So cute.
Anyways. Whoops.
Let's
Let's get back to the plot. Anyway.
I'm not even editing that out.
Okay. We'll keep it in. It's okay.
Crash landed in Siberia, found a power plant, barricaded yourself in, you end the story there. I tell you, no, can't end like that. And you're like, well?
What would you do then?
And I said, give me a day.
And I did. And that... I really don't regret it, honestly. I don't.
Well, I mean, here we are 10, 15-ish years later.
Yeah.
Best fucking friends. I wouldn't trade it in for anything in the world. And honestly, like that's one thing we keep on going back to is trying to get the story re-rolling.
I can tell you we've tried to go back to this thing. What? We get after high school, we stuck with it for, 2 years maybe?
I think so.
And then we stopped. Just because we were blocked, and then we just put it on the back shelf in the back of our minds and never thought about it again. And then suddenly I get an email from you and be like, you got a current version to turn this? And I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, here. Send it to you. We start working on it again. And then, year later, we're
Back to where we were.
It's like shelf brain.
And it's like we have to take breaks from it because this isn't something that we can really dig our noses into just because of life. But at the same time, the times that we do dig into it, we fucking tear it apart, rebuild it.
Which we really gotta stop that. We gotta work past what we've got.
I'm not like next time we actually get into it.
Not even going back and reading it.
No.
Except for maybe the last half a page.
Yeah, well actually I probably would read like whatever
whatever I haven't shown you yet, because there was a little work done by Allison's sister's boyfriend.
Dare you let somebody else touch our story?
Hey, that was back when you thought you were completely done with it.
Good point.
You said, I don't think I can work on it anymore, ever again. And I'm like, well, crap, what am I supposed to do then? And then I let him read it. He had a couple of good ideas, and actually what he added amounts to maybe a page and a half, but it was really good enough to keep.
So
I only had to do very little editing here and there, expand a little bit on it, but other than that, it was actually really good, and I really liked what he did with it, so I kept it.
Nowhere near the amount that I did, though. Just throwing that out there.
No need to be insecure.
I'm not insecure.
You're insecure. You're worried I was going to replace you.
But this is like you getting a blowjob from another woman.
God.
How could you? You didn't even tell me. Get out of my house.
I ain't going out there. There's a skunk out there.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay. So what other stories have you written?
Honestly, I used to write a lot back in middle school and high school. I'd do those short stories all the time.
I do remember you doing a lot in middle school because we were in choir together and you didn't want to do choir.
I liked choir. Didn't like the choir teacher.
Right.
And that kind of on it.
Who was it? There was somebody you were working on a story with at that point. Like, I think.
Caleb Deskins.
He was, like, I don't know how big he is now, but, like, shorter little blonde dude.
He was so tiny. But he was so cool.
He was really cool.
He was my good friend back in junior high. After high school, I don't think I really ever talked to him. Well, not even in high school, really.
He kind of disappeared.
He did.
Might have to try and hit him up on Facebook or something.
I think I tried that once. A long way back. But it's just like, honestly, I don't really do Facebook anymore.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
I'll
get on now and then.
You liked something of mine. I was like, oh, I thought he didn't get on Facebook anymore.
I'll get on now and again. Just to see updates with my daughter when she's not around.
Right, gotcha.
Not very often, so...
Gotta stalk your daughter, I get it.
Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 months usually. Every 3 or 4 months I'll pop on real quick and see what's going on with her. And if you've got anything interesting posted, I'll see it then.
Oh my god.
But generally I'm not on much or very long.
Right.
However, I do have Messenger up and running right now, and I've been talking to Paul.
Oh yeah? How's he doing?
Doing pretty good.
He's in the story too.
Yes, he is.
I worked with him a couple of times. We were going through the same temp agency.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And it was great talking with him whenever I did see him, man. He's posting a lot of inspirational stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, he's really changed.
I know. He was one of those, like, you would expect him to be in prison by now.
Well, I never really expected that.
I wouldn't say that,
I
but,
can
like,
see what you're going about.
the outside person looking in, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I could see that. But he was always a real good friend of mine. We bonded over Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Real quick.
That's what.
I think he was my main friend in middle school, aside from Caleb. But we got along.
He's one of the only other people who stayed in your house, isn't he?
Yeah. You and Paul are the only two that ever stayed over at my house.
Anytime I stay over at your house, we end up staying up until like 5 o'clock in the morning. Playing video games.
Hey, yeah, that's how I am.
If you couldn't tell, most of the time we're talking about. I'm trying to eat and talk at the same time. We're either talking about video games or food. Like, we always end up diverting into either video games or food.
That is true.
Or music.
Speaking of, we should create a couple recipes here soon.
Oh, yeah. Figure out some stuff.
We've gotten off track again. Let's get back on the track.
So, do you remember any of the stories that you wrote in the past?
In the past, yeah. As a matter of fact, I wanted to go back and rewrite one that I kind of sort of remember from back in middle school. It was a pretty short story. I think it amounted to about 4 pages, probably 8 pages, because I think I wrote front to back in those days. It was called City of Gold, about campers that were telling campfire stories, and then some stuff happens. They find the City of Gold, but they can't touch anything, because if they take stuff, they turn to gold.
So, a mix of the...
Sort of a Midas touch.
Aladdin Midas touch.
Yeah.
Touch.
The cave don't collapse, you just turn to gold.
Yeah.
And they're not in a cave. They're in a city that just appears.
Hello, I'm the City of the Gold. Touch me. I dare you.
But see, eventually they break the curse, the city returns to normal and actually exists again. And
So it's not like El Dorado.
no.
It literally is like just a cursed city, as if Midas had gone through, made his got his freaking
Right.
thing, and then accidentally turned everything into gold, but passed on the power.
Essentially. But what it really boils down to is a witch stealing the life force of anyone and everyone that comes in. You turn to gold, your life becomes hers.
Okay.
So she lives for God knows how long.
One of my favorite short stories that I had made that I'd actually submitted to our creative writing teacher.
Mr. Cornish.
Love that guy.
He was awesome.
He was very awesome.
He's a hippie, I think.
Oh yeah, I brought him my guitar one day. He's like, "What can you play?" I'm like, "Nothing." I was still learning at the time.
At that point, you were just kind of courting here and
Yeah,
there, and
I
doing by ear.
what was that?
I mean, you're still by ear, but
I learned. What is that dang Red Hot Chili Peppers song? Under the Bridge.
yeah,
The ding 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 ding. I did that.
easy
And
enough.
he was like, "Oh yeah, I know that one. Get back to your work."
Obviously, you didn't impress it. As a matter of fact, I remember I actually submitted an unfinished version of our story to him for
Oh yeah.
creative final
Oh yeah.
as a novella, and we got an A plus. And
You say we. You.
hey, I'm giving you some credit, even
I
though
know.
it was for me.
I didn't get the thing. Of course, like if he knew that I helped you on it, he probably would have been like.
And the best part was, I love that he was just like, however you write, do it. Don't hold back. Don't hold back any cursing that you would do.
Oh yeah,
or any of that.
he wanted the story to be from.
He
us.
wanted it original. He wanted it raw with emotion, everything like that. And I tell you, never before did I have more fun typing a story than when I took what we had and upgraded it a little bit.
So my story, I can't remember what I called. No, I do remember. It's called Not Home Yet, and it was about this guy who he had been dealing with depression for years, and he was seeing his psychiatrist and his, a therapist about it and everything like that. Psychiatrist mentions, "Hey, we'll go ahead and send you over to this this college so that they can do some studies on you with this new drug." He ends up taking the drug, blah 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 blah, and at the end, he ends up finding out that he's actually been dead the whole time, and that he was being tested one last time to see if he would end up in hell or not.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, it was basically the.
I think you were going to let me read that, but you lost it.
I'm sure I could rehash it. Like seriously, the most of the imagery and everything in the story is very.
That was a novella, or was it a short story?
I think it was just a short story.
So you had to do that and a couple other things for the final, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, we could actually probably turn that into an actual story.
Oh yeah, I mean it was.
I'm fully willing to continue on with other stories after we finish. Well, maybe in between blocks,
Just
because we
need
know they happen
stuff.
often. Maybe that's the problem. We weren't writing other things in between.
Yeah, we were just like hardcore boning this story to death.
Literally just nose to the grindstone.
Get this done.
Unending. One singular.
that damn skunk is just hanging out there.
You must have found some food.
I guess so.
Jesus.
How the fuck do you get rid of a skunk?
Good question. Shoot it?
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I mean, that would get rid of it, but not the way I'm intending it to.
That's true. That's not going to work.
That hurt me.
Also, that's very loud on the pod.
We've been redlining a lot, though.
Yeah, we have. Ooh.
We have to talk very quietly.
I don't know about very quietly, but we got to stop yelling.
Super quietly.
Also, I think I'm a little closer to the mic. That's why it's just about redlining every time I talk.
We have to keep it quiet. We have to keep it
Yeah,
quiet.
see, you're redlining right there.
I'm having too much fun with this.
Yes, you are.
Honestly, I think I should start doing some narrating of the story.
You know, it'd be kind of neat to have a pod where we just read it. Not all of it.
Maybe like just the first chapter and see if see how people get hooked with it.
If people like it, yeah. And then maybe we'd do up to maybe chapter 5. But I don't want to basically give out the book for free, you know?
Right. Or we could figure out a way to have people pay for a few chapters. I don't know.
I don't want to paywall pods.
Paywall pods. Pow, pow, wop, wop.
I think that would be kind of ridiculous to do.
Ridiculous.
You know how everybody these days has got that YouTube Red, and it's just like, you gotta have this YouTube Premium Red to access this content. It's just like, what's the point?
Yeah,
It's just...
there's so much free content out there that it's not even not even, I don't even know.
It's not worth it to
to try and
paywall anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Netflix and Hulu, you're set up there. That's not a whole lot, and then you could watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. The unfortunate part about it is that there's copyright things that end up happening with some of the stuff.
Most of the stuff.
Most of the stuff they're going a little copyright crazy here lately, but there's also people live streaming your favorite shows too. Like
I've seen that now and again.
You can
on
find
Twitch even.
Yeah, you can find.
They get taken down pretty quick, but
you can find Rick and Morty streams like 24/7. Oh, my back needs to pop. That didn't work. Anyway, yeah, we should definitely have an episode where we just narrate one of the chapters or something.
I wouldn't mind doing that at all, honestly. That would be pretty great. We could do paragraph to paragraph. I'll read one, you read one, back and forth.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty neat. I do think we should probably, when we hit the next wall,
Yeah.
start a separate, not even related story so that we can work on that. When we hit the wall on that, we can go back.
Right. Oh, that's your foot.
Yes, it's my foot.
I thought it was the table leg. It started moving. Well, what's in this Coke?
Nothing. It's just cherries and Coke.
I put frozen cherries in my Coke.
They make decent ice cubes, but they also infuse the Coke.
Yeah, but that's good. I like cherry Coke.
It's not bad.
It's very good, to be honest.
What kind of story would we work on? Because, I mean, right now, pretty much the only thing we know, writing-wise, is zombies.
We could actually get Brie involved with one because she's really been wanting to do like a rehash of a Greek and Roman mythology gods.
Ooh, that would be really fun.
Oh yeah, but I think a way that we could do it is how West Side Story did Romeo and Juliet, where it's not the same story at all, but it's the same story.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. Wait, was it West Side Story? Oh. Did I s-
No, it was,
West Side Story was talking about. Damn.
West Side Story was different.
Oh,
Um,
dang it.
But I know what you're talking about.
I'm sure everybody else knows what I'm talking about. The way they are like, you're an idiot, it's this! Because West Side Story was the,
I remember Shakespeare with guns. Romeo and Juliet with guns. Is that the one you're talking about?
basically, yeah.
Yeah, that was DiCaprio. And
Or maybe that was West Side Story. Am I thinking about this right? It was like, I don't even know. I do know West Side Story was basically like there was a big brawl that was involved over certain aspects that were similar to how Romeo and Juliet did it, but I don't know.
yeah, two gangs, and one guy from one gang fell in love with a girl from who's the sister from the other gang. And
But I mean, I'm pretty sure that's
there's a
basically
big gang brawl and all that stuff.
that's basically been redone over and over again. But
Yeah, beaten like a dead horse.
right. But but rehashing of Greek and Roman gods has been overdone here in the last 10 years.
Thank you, Percy Jackson.
Thank you, fucking Percy Jackson. But
Never really liked those stories. The Lightning Thief and
I
stuff.
read Lightning Thief. It was written okay for a kid book.
Yeah, I think that was my problem with it. It was just too young for me.
which is weird because, I mean, I've read the Ranger's Apprentice series and stuff like that, and they're relatively young reader kind of books.
What the ones that I really like are, as far as series goes, obviously Harry Potter. Everybody loves Harry Potter.
Everyone loves Harry Potter. That's for any age group,
And
honestly.
a lot of people like the. I don't even know if that's the actual title of them. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Chronicles of Narnia.
That's it. Chronicles of Narnia. Because one of the first books, I can't remember how it was laid out, but like the first book,
First book was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
but the second book was a prequel to that. It was had something to do with rings.
Yeah, something like that.
Like the magician's nephew or something like that. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
and then there's something on a boat and
The Silver Chair.
something about warring countries.
I am really gonna have to reread those
It's
books.
been a very long time since I read those, so
I remember writing.
maybe I'll look for them on my phone, audiobook them.
I remember listening to the audio in the back of my dad's van. Not listening to the audio. Reading the book. God, I'm really tired, man.
I think my sister has the first book.
I have been beaten down into the ground all week this week. Like, it has been very busy at work, and then today my dad had asked me if I could come over, if I could come over and help him do some stuff over at my grandparents' place. And have you ever tried to bound in the ground rod?
No.
I'm going to edit this particular clip in. It's a time lapse footage of me pounding a ground rod in next to the meter,
Oh, jeez.
and it gets stuck at one point about halfway in.
Misery.
My shoulders, my wrist, my
I can understand
Everything.
you'd be tired.
oh yeah, it is not a fun thing. And my dad was like, "Why is he trying to take a nap? What the heck did he do? He completely forgot I did that."
Oh, that's great. Oh, jeez.
We ended up doing a lot in the house today.
It was good to see Joe. I don't see him very often.
He doesn't come over very often.
He's a lot better than when he was a little kid.
Yeah, he was almost Jasper.
He was really fun to scare back when he was little.
He was almost Jasper level.
Obnoxious.
Yeah. That's sad to say about my own kid.
But I mean, it is kind of true.
I know.
Hey dad, hey dad, hey dad, hey dad, hey dad, hey dad, hey dad. Are you listening yet? Hey dad, hey dad, hey dad.
Even after
Even after you say what? Hey dad, what?
what?
Just tell me already.
And it's like finally when he tells you, he forgets what he was gonna say, or if he does tell me what he's gonna say.
Evie does that sometimes, but not a lot. She'll be like,
Not
Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. I'll be like, yes, Evelyn, you only have to say it once. I'm listening. Sorry. And then she'll tell me what she wants.
Yeah, as a normal kid does. Oh man, that's for a different time.
Yeah. Back to the pod.
We're always on the pod,
Yes, but back
Not-
to the topic
hold on.
at hand.
not on the pot. Sorry, on the pod.
There you go. Back to the topic at hand, which is our writing. I'm really interested to see what you think of
What I
Nick's edition.
Yeah.
I think you will actually like it almost as much as I do. I think it actually made sense in the way that we wanted to take it.
right.
Because at the time, I had a complete block. We got on the plane, and we ended up where we ended up, and then I hit a dead block. I could not, even with the outline that I had made and all of that, dead block. Could not think of a single thing to fix it. And then he came along and read it, and he thoroughly liked our work.
Okay. As everybody has.
Well, yes. But not everybody has, read the current edition. I'm pretty sure Allison has read it. Allison, let us know in the comments if you actually have read the current edition. I can't remember if you have or not.
Poor memory. Yay, getting old.
Woo! I've always had poor memory.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Um,
Yay, getting old. Wait, what?
what? I think Allison and I think Nick were the only two that have actually read the current story. Even then, I'm not entirely sure if Allison read it or not. I know I've taken it down there a few times when I went down to visit,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if she read current.
She better have.
She might have.
She better have.
I don't know. Allison, let us know in the comments.
Are we ever going to reply to any of her comments? We never reply to
We
any.
really probably should, huh?
Yeah. I know we both get the notification.
We do. It comes through on my phone and says, hey. I mean, a couple of other people have replied too, and I've really only replied to one.
I haven't read. I don't think I've read any of the comments. I'm too scared of what people say.
I haven't seen anything negative yet. It's mostly just Allison doing what we tell her in the comments.
Allison, tell damn it. Tell us that we're awesome, dang it.
You know she will, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I told her to do it. I am way too tired. I say that almost every single podcast.
You do. That's the problem with having to record late.
Yes, it is, and we can't really do it any earlier than this because
We can.
I
mean, today we probably could have. We probably could have done it about an hour earlier, but we lost track of time.
Damn Netflix.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, I know.
But aside from that, we have the outline, and I would like you to go through the outline and because it was a PowerPoint. You remember I showed you that one time at my aunt's.
That was eons ago.
That was almost 2 years ago, I think.
I said eons. That's not anywhere close to how long ago it was.
Well,
So okay, yeah, I'll check.
if I can find it, I'll try and send it to you. And
God, we've had so many freaking computer changes over the years.
mostly you.
Okay. Yeah. But at the same time, you don't tell me you don't have the same.
Well, I've got my touchscreen, but I also have the other one. It still has Terminus on.
And you have your Chromebook.
Actually, that's technically Evie's now.
Okay, good. Because
I gave it to her so she could watch YouTube.
that's literally all it's good for.
It really is. I mean, every now and again you can get on when you're playing video games and be like, crap, I got stuck. What do I do? Or, is this a bug? But other than that, it's just like, I don't really need it for anything. So it's just like, what the hell? I'll let her use it. And when she's not here, I can use it when I'm playing video games and I really, really need help.
Right. Well, honestly, I think that's going to wrap it up for the night.
I have to agree, and all in all, I think this is a better pod than the other one.
My gosh, yeah.
I don't know why media was not. It was so stale to me.
I know. I don't think we were really in the mood to talk on the last podcast at all.
Part of it was the issues you were having, and part of it was we only had one kid.
Yeah,
So it was a little awkward.
we
off
really
base.
wanted to do a podcast with the kids. And
I think eventually we will actually get at least 3 of them in here.
yeah. My oldest is actually here tonight, but he's not in
He
here.
declined. He declined to do a pod tonight.
He's like, nah, I'm going to watch YouTube because that's what kids do these days. Dang 9-year-olds. All right, well, that ends it.
Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. And, well, help us in the comments. Help us, get motivated.
Yeah.
We want to, I mean, right now we are kind of motivated to start again, but really put it out there that you want to hear about this or that you would love to read it or something. Get us some motivation.
Motivation. Please.
We would love to hear from you guys. As a matter of fact, we should probably start asking for more interaction from our listeners.
Smash that like button.
No, we are not doing that.
Smash it
No,
with your
No.
fist.
no, no, no. We are not those people. We are not subscribe whores.
Subscribe to our channel because.
If they like us, they can subscribe, but we will never tell them to do it.
Well, what about this? If you like the video, hit the like button
No,
and subscribe. And make sure to push the bell.
no.
common YouTubers.
Stop it. We're not regular YouTubers. We're better than that. I say that, but we're just us.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening. We hope to hear something from you in the comments. Please actively engage us.
Because I'm not actively engaging us. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.